In the heart of northwestern Nigeria lies Katsina City, a place rich in history, culture, and unyielding resilience. Within this land of heritage and hospitality stands a pivotal institution, a tertiary healthcare facility that has served as a lifeline for millions over decades. This story begins in the mid-1970s, during the era of the old Kaduna state. A noble vision was conceived to establish a secondary healthcare facility to cater to the medical needs of residents within the Katsina and Daura Emirates during the old Kaduna state, from which the present Katsina state was carved out. This vision laid the foundation for what would eventually become a beacon of healthcare excellence in northern Nigeria. With the creation of Katsina State in September 1987, the hospital was renamed Katsina Specialist Hospital. But the journey didn't stop there. On October 29, 1996, following a strategic partnership with the federal government aimed at bringing tertiary healthcare services closer to the people, the hospital was rebranded as the Federal Medical Center, Katsina. This transition also marked renewed focus on medical research and the training of healthcare professionals. To the glory of God, a facility that began as a state specialist hospital has evolved into a teaching hospital of national repute. Over the years, the institution has been guided by 4 visionary medical directors and chief executive officers. Dr. Hamza Kankia, the pioneer chief executive officer, served from February 1997 to February 2001. He was succeeded by Dr. Kabardara, who led the hospital from February 2001 to February 2009. Dr. Omar Abdulmajid took over in July 2009 and served until July 2017. The current Chief Medical Director, Dr. Sulaiman Bello Muhammad, who would soon be completing his second tenure as the Chief Executive Officer of this hospital, was appointed in the year 2018. Under his dynamic leadership, the hospital has undergone an 8-year transformation that is widely regarded as unprecedented.
Basically, the hospital runs 2 lines, the administrative line and the clinical line. The administrative line, which I head, has the Director of Administration, who coordinates all activities of administration in this hospital, and I serve as the Chief Advisor to the Chief Medical Director.
Dr. Nasru Aliu, the Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee and Head of Clinical Services at the Federal Teaching Hospital Katsina, highlights the hospital's strong commitment to human resource development. According to him, the institution has made significant investment in skilled manpower spanning across doctors, nurses, and other essential healthcare professionals.
You know, as the chairman of medical advisory and head of clinical services, the most important aspect of our services is, health delivery, and then followed by research and training. So service delivery is the most important, and I think over the years we had great improvement. Before the coming of this current chief medical director, we have less than 30 consultants working in this facility. At present, we have around 115 to 120 consultants. working, and most of them now, they are home-based, because previously we had only 4 programs, postgraduate programs that runs in this hospital, most of which are just having partial accreditation. Within these 8 years, we have now 15 departments that had been accredited, fully accredited, to run postgraduate training in almost all the fields. So now we are having homemade consultants, and which adds to our manpower. By this, the service delivery has improved.
Today, under Dr. Sulaiman's stewardship, the Federal Teaching Hospital, Katsina, is equipped with state-of-the-art medical technology and staffed by a dedicated team of highly qualified professionals. These men and women worked tirelessly day and night to fulfill the hospital's most critical mandate: saving lives, which remains at the core of every federal tertiary healthcare facility's mission. The hospital's capacity has nearly doubled, thanks to the construction of new structures and the establishment of additional departments and specialized units. This expansion reflects not only fiscal growth, but also a deepening commitment to comprehensive, accessible, and world-class healthcare for all.
The hospital is working towards establishing that facility that has the infrastructure, the equipment, and the human resource that will be able to meet up with this mandate. Over the past 8 years, the size of this hospital has doubled.
During the tenure of present CMD, Dr. Bello Sulaiman, we have put in place a number of buildings in the hospital, totaling to a number of 21 structures, new structures.
We've broken down our reconstructed emergency and provided all the equipment that are needed. We've broken down and reconstructed the emergency pediatric unit, that is the children unit, to ensure that it's not a unit that is befitting of a teaching hospital. We've done a new special care baby unit where you take care of newborn babies, that is befitting of a teaching hospital.
Is what we have here that ensures that we're able to provide this support for the preterms especially, and other newborns that are term but have respiratory distress. So this is the CPAP machine. We call it the CPAP, that's the continuous positive airway pressure. And in this facility alone, in this hospital, we have 10 of these machines. And that's, so far, is still, this is where we have the highest number of the machines in this country currently.
We've reconstructed a new maternity unit that now has not 4 delivery beds as before, but now has 12 delivery beds, has 2 inbuilt theaters, have an ICU, have a high dependency unit within it, a pharmacy unit. We've done a new modular theater that has 6 theater suites. Have constructed and equipped a new central sterilizing surgical department that is now equipped to international standard.
So this sterilizer sterilizes every package equipment in just 30 minutes.
And this is our anesthesia machine, which is also a modern anesthesia machine with different monitoring gadgets. This is vaporizers for putting the inhalationals, and also we have an infusion machine for drug administration during the surgeries. And we have a sanction machine which we use for sanctioning fluid during the surgery. This is one of the suites in the theater, which is equipped with modern equipment and other gadgets. So if you can see, this is our operating bed, which is very maneuverable. You can maneuver it anywhere you like for different positions of surgeries. This is the way it is operating. You can either maneuver it in different way of surgery's position. So you see, this is our modern bed.
And I've issued that contract for the supply of 1.5 Tesla MRI machine, 128 slice CT scan machine, fluoroscopy machines, new mammography machines that will have facilities for tomosynthesis, new X-ray machines, 4D ultrasound scans. I've done a new cancer center that has facilities for linear acceleration, can do brachytherapy, can do prostate therapy, can do surface therapy for breast cancer.
You see, this is a radiotherapy and oncology center of the Federal Teaching Hospital, Katsina. This center, the establishment of this center was conceived and championed by Dr. Bello Sulaiman, who is the CMD of this center. And the idea was to establish a world-class, state-of-the-art oncology center in the country. The center was equipped with a modern technologies, including a vital beam, the latest generation of the true beam linear accelerator, and also a brachytherapy unit, which this brachytherapy unit will be able to treat gynecological cancers like cervical cancer, endometrial cancer.
This is FibroScan Expert 630, which to my knowledge, this is the only machine existing in any of the public hospitals in Nigeria. There are some other ones, but not in public hospital. And this one has some peculiarities because it's one of the latest versions procured in the year 2021. It has not only just the normal liver stiffness facilities, but it also has splenic stiffness facilities. That is why I'm displaying to you here a record of splenic stiffness done for one of our clients. We can see that it has nothing less than 4 probes. We have 3 probes for the FibroScan, which is pediatrics. This one is for adults. For the adults, you have 2. One is for the obese individual and the one is for the normal individual. And it has an additional ultrasound probe so that you can be able to delineate and find the exact location you are going to evaluate for your patient, especially when it comes to the splenic stiffness. This machine is one of the best and is one of the machines that can be used for hepatobiliary assessment. For instance, a patient with chronic liver disease in form of chronic hepatitis, autoimmune hepatitis, non-alcoholic liver disease, alcoholic liver disease, patient with even heart failure, patient with preeclampsia, patient with autoimmune hepatitis, sclerosing cholangitis, primary biliary cirrhosis, and so many other conditions. You can also assess patients with any form of portal hypertension. We can assess whether the portal hypertension is from liver disease, that is cirrhotic portal hypertension, and then non-cirrhotic portal hypertension, that is those ones coming from other sources. You can be able to objectively assess that this patient may likely have varices even before going for an endoscopy. So this is one of the best, and I can brag and be proud to say this is the only one existing in any one of the public hospitals in Nigeria.
This ultrasound machine is used for echocardiography, that's the imaging of the heart. With this machine, we can see the heart in real time, the structure of the heart, the patency of the valve, and how blood flow is. With this, we have been privileged to have this machine under the administration of Dr. Sulaiman Bello. This has helped in treating different cardiac-related issues and giving a direction for proper administration of treatment and also drugs, the proper treatment routes to doctors.
Nurse Rizkat Ahmed is the head of the nursing services at the Federal Teaching Hospital, Katsina. She spoke about some of the remarkable progress the hospital has achieved in recent years.
Yes, in the year 2016, this hospital can only boast of 250 nurses. But as I'm talking today, we have
680 nurses of various specialties. These nurses have enjoyed training in different specialties so as to meet the demand of the metamorphosed state of this hospital. This hospital used to be a federal medical center, you know, and now a teaching hospital. And as a teaching hospital, we have different specializations, and based on that, nurses have been trained to meet up with these various specialties.
The newly established oxygen plan is one of Dr. Bello's visionary contributions to the hospital's development. Ophthalmology services have also improved significantly, now ranking among the best in the country due to recent investment in personnel and equipment.
And this is our phaco machine. And this is a very special machine for doing eye surgery. It is used for cataract surgery. It is used during eye surgery, and not like the other eye surgeries before. This is a very special machine for doing eye surgery. A small incision is made during the surgery, and the cataractous lens is being removed during the surgery without any incision.
This machine is a laser machine, which we got it just up recent, like not more than a year and a half. So that I can use this one to see something, to see the eye, magnify the eye, so that you can see something that your naked eye cannot be seen. So that two machines combined together, the laser and the slit lamp together in this machine.
The physiotherapy department has equally benefited from the transformation under the leadership of Dr. Sulaiman Bello, with the acquisition of modern machines and improved facilities that enhance patients' care.
And the coming of Dr. Bello, seeing the importance of anatomic and molecular pathology, made it possible for us to get the latest technology for histopathology solutions. This is one of the most essential equipment we have here. This is the histocopel. It is an enclosed system of the automatic tissue processor. We had an old one. Everywhere we are used to the open system of the automatic tissue processor. So this one is a rare gem. This is our own very baby, procured to us by the management of FTHK, by Dr. Bello Sulaiman. This was confirmed to us by the manufacturers and by the suppliers that is the only one that we have in Nigeria. This is the minus 80 degrees freezer. Usually we found this in the molecular labs, but here in FTHK, the chief medical director find it worthy that all departments, all the laboratory departments should have it. This is for histopathology department, and no histopathology department anywhere has the negative 80 degrees Celsius. What we do with it is to store fresh specimen to preserve the DNA and RNA, usually for research purposes. So it is at minus 80 degrees Celsius. This is how it looks. We have some DNA and RNA samples there.
The Federal Teaching Hospital Katsina expresses deep appreciation to the former governor of Katsina State, Aminu Bello Masari, and the Katsina State Elders Forum for their pivotal role in realizing this noble vision, which contributes to benefit humanity.
For the cancer center that I told you about, we actually got the funds for equipping this cancer center in 2022. But we could not get an approval to proceed with the procurement. There was no effort that was not made by the former governor of Katsina State, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, and the Katsina State Elders Forum under the leadership of Alhaji Ali Solawa. We made almost 4 or 5 trips to Abuja, trying to see that we get the approval to equip that center. But again, thanks to the current Minister of Health, Professor Mohamed Ali Pati. When he came on board in 2023 October, we went to him, told him about this problem, not only FTH Katsina.
And we took initiative, and we started before 2019. The then minister, the current minister, who really it happened under his watch, was then a junior minister of state in the same Ministry of Health. And also the role played by some prominent indigents cannot be wished away. I think at a point we had to go together with the late Abba Ali and Ali Sani, who still the secretary of Elders Forum, and many more that I cannot really remember their names.
What are the major challenges you have faced within these 8 years?
Power.
How?
Band A. Band A is not realistic. Virtually every federal government hospital that you know now is broke and does not have money to meet up with this requirement because of the amount of money we're paying for power. The amount is just not sustainable. And all federal government facilities are going to crash eventually because of this Band A.
Then how have you been managing the situation?
Well, for us, luckily for us, this year we have funding, so we're solarizing the hospital. In the next 1 or 2 months, we'll be off the grid completely. But other hospitals that have not been provided these funds will continue to suffer, and many of them can no more meet up with their basic requirements because of the amount of money they pay for power. If the federal government does not do anything, just like the state house is being solarized and everybody is being solarized, if hospitals are not solarized, hospitals are not going to be able to meet up with this current power situation.
Is there any financial implication or burden that is worrisome while handling this issue of power?
Well, imagine our highest bill for power before was 17 million. Last month, the bill was 140 million. From
Almost
17 million
100%.
to 140 million. What percentage is that? I've not even cared to calculate the percentage increment. And meanwhile, our overhead has moved from how much to how much?
In essence, are you saying almost virtually all the income?
Everything that we have, all hospitals now, everything that we have now goes to paying for power. And in paying for power, you have to sacrifice vital processes within the hospital that you can no more fund because you've used the money to pay off for power.
Well, you've been doing a lot, and I believe up to this last minute, is there anything or any form of projects that you are yet to finalize, which, although you are towards the tail ends of its own completion, but you might not be here when it will be done?
Many.
Namely,
like the dental unit, by the time it's completed, I will not be here. The radio diagnostic center, the 1.5 Tesla MRI, we've already awarded it. I will not be here. The 128 slice CT scan, I will not be here. The mammography, I will not be here when it's eventually being installed. The fluoroscopy machine, I will not be here when it's eventually being installed. And most likely, even the theaters that we've issued out now, all the equipment, and the maternity unit, I will not be here when they will be commissioned. The SCBU, but that really doesn't matter to me. What matters is the continuity, the fact that the hospital and patients will benefit from the service delivery. That is what matters to me. And the solarization process, that is the process of solarizing the hospital, going off the grid completely in the hospital. By the time it's going to be completed, I will not be here. It doesn't really matter to me. At least my the person that is coming after me, that will be taken after me, will not go through the pains that I went through in providing for power.
That takes me to the next question. What advice in terms of focus should be to your successor?
Take advice from the departments. You cannot be, they say, jack of all trades, master of none. I am a pediatrician. What I do know is pediatrics. But I've done more in other departments than I did in pediatrics. So take advice and always listen to other professionals, because they are the ones that know where it's pinching them, and they're the ones that know where it's biting them. So when they come to you with advice that we need this, we need this, we need to listen to them attentively and make sure, try to solve their problems. That is what gives them that job satisfaction, that makes them happy, that retains them within the country, and they don't jump out to leave the country.
And your advice to all these staffs, administratively and the clinical parts in this facility, what do you have to say today?
Well, all the success is not mine alone, it's theirs. And that this hospital belongs to all of us. So all of us should continue to work for the upliftment and betterment of this hospital, to meet up with the standards that we've decided we want this hospital to get to, and to provide service for our people, for Nigerians.
Can you share with us 1, 2, 3 things which, if you just recall, you've done for this hospital, either for the facility or for the staff, it will be gladdening your heart?
The cancer center, for one. The cancer center, for one. Cancer is not a public health problem. And when you refer patients to go to Sokoto, the first thing they begin to think of is, how do I travel to Sokoto? Because the road is not safe. So now, to have the facility within Katsina, you don't need to travel. And then all the professionals that have been trained, that have come to you, I want to do this, I want to do this, please, how can you assist me? And you've provided a way for them to go and meet up and fulfill their dreams of becoming who they want to become, and coming back to serve our people. I think that gladdens the heart. And then, of course, a lot of patients that call you. They call you in the middle of the night, during the day. I have this problem. And you facilitate and make sure that the care that they get is the best. And by the time they leave, they thank you and they appreciate you for what you've done to them. Even sometimes when the outcome is not favorable, when maybe you lose the patient, but you lose the patient in the circumstances that they're happy, at least your patient dies in a dignified manner.